Hey YouTube, this is Fluff and welcome to another rant video. Now, I'm on my Toon Fluffy because we're fixing to have a bean fest in about 30 minutes, so I needed to get some beans on Fluffy, so I decided to go on him. But anyway, today I'm going to be talking about all the different types of track lists. Like my thoughts on people who go tune-up list, trap list, lure list, sound list, and drop list. Now, I'm going to start in order of what I think is a pretty good thing to leave off, and go all the way to what I would recommend ever going without. Okay, now first, I'm going to talk about tune-up. Now, tune-up lists, I love them. As y'all know, Loud Prep is a tune-up list. I have no problems with tune-up lists, because the reason why is because we got all 6 of these attack tracks to be able to use. So we won't have to spend all our time tuning up people. Tune-up lists can just attack, and the other people could like tune up or something. But tune-up lists can spend all their time attacking instead of relying, or instead of tuning up people. So that's why I like tune-up lists. Now next thing that I think is a good thing to leave off is trap. Now trap lists, most people depend too much on trap, but I can survive without trap, because especially if you're soloing. Trap is the only gag track where you absolutely have to have the help of a second gag track. In order to use trap, you have to have lure. You just have to, or have somebody who has lure. And usually, if you're soloing, it's not a good idea to throw out a TNT or something, get hit by all 4 of the cogs before you can lure. So, trap it's the only gag track where you absolutely have to have the help of another gag track. So I don't really see a use for trap. I mean, if you don't have trap, you have the next best thing, which is drop. Once you max out drop does almost the same damage as trap does. A TNT on trap does, I believe, about 185 or 180 damage, and a piano does, I believe, about 170, 175. So they're about 5 or 10 points off from each other. And drop, you don't have to have the help of a another gag track. You can just use drop. I mean, drop accuracy is low, but if you're with a good group, if they use weak gags to stun the cog, then drop has a better chance of working. But we'll get into that in a minute. But that's why I don't think trap is necessary to have. Now the third gag track is sound. I would like to talk about sound. Now, most people depend heavily on sound. If you don't have sound, then you pretty much don't get an invite. That's how most people are nowadays. I can survive with or without sound. Sound is not really a necessity for me, because if I go soundless, if y'all know, or y'all probably don't know, because whenever I first got into this game, I wasn't making a YouTube video, so nobody knew about me. But my old tune, and it got terminated before I started making videos. It got terminated, so nobody really knows about this tune, but my first tune I've ever had on this game was soundless, and it was terrible. Not terrible because I didn't have sound, but terrible because I could never get invite from a boarding group because they didn't want to go with me because I was soundless. But I know good strategies. Most people just depend on sound, and if they don't have sound, then they don't know what to do. They don't know how to attack and defend themselves. With me, I could just use either Big Magnet or Hypno, and then use a combination of Throw and Skirt to take them out. That's just me. Most people are not that smart. Now I'm probably gonna get hate in the comments. Talk about you saying I'm dumb or something. Anyway, the fourth gag track I will talk about is Lure. Now, Lure makes it hard to solo things because if y'all know SOS lures, they usually last about 4 or 5 turns whenever you have lure, but if you don't have lure, it only works for 1 turn. No matter what type of lure you use, it will only work for 1 turn, which is not that good. Now, I know, I'm not saying that if you're lureless it's impossible to solo anything. That's not true. I've seen a lot of people who are lureless are able to solo things much better than I am. So, I've seen people do lureless stuff like lureless, CFO, CJ, Mint, all that, but it makes it a lot harder to solo. Not saying it makes it impossible, I'm just saying it makes it a lot harder to solo. So that's my thoughts on lureless, dropless. Now, I know I always say I hate drop, but the only reason why I mainly have drop on the albino wrap is because if y'all don't know, your drop SOS, if you have, if you don't have drop, your drop SOS will not work past level 10. It'll work on level 10 and below cogs, but level 11 and 12 it won't work. And if y'all know Barnacle Bessie, she could take out a group of level 11s. But if you have drop, that is. If you don't have drop, then Barnacle Bessie misses all the time on level 11s. That's just how it goes. So there's disadvantages to being these different track lists. Like a disadvantage for lure is the lure SOS will only last for 1 round. Disadvantage for drop is the drop SOSs will not work past level 10 cogs. So anyway, that's my thoughts on all these tracks. Let me go back again. Tune up, I love. That's my #1 thing that I love. Or my #1 track list I love. 2 is trap, 3 is sound, 4 is lure, and 5 is drop. So it goes tune up, trap, sound, lure, drop. Almost goes in order, but not quite. Anyway, that's the end of this rant. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Leave in the comment section below what you thought of this rant. And I'll see you on my next video.